USA 2025 championships are kicking off in just a couple days, and so many storylines are going to be introduced across the board. But even before we dive in, we have a very, very special guest who is one of the legends in track and field, but also one of the, in my opinion, most esteemed commentators. And she's here to give us some more like energy, some more like ideas, some more thoughts as it comes to the sprints and the hurdles and everything that we're talking about. So Dawn Harper-Nelson, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is going to be good. I just want to let everybody know I'm here with two people that I feel like set me up. They are ready. They got all the information. That when people born, the time, that listen, I'm here with my excitement, my love for the sport. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, she said like she don't have all the experience.
I know.
Remember, I'm learning what track and field really is by watching you win medals. Just to
Facts.
clarify, just like that's what's happening. Like I'm still learning what a block start was at that time.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
All right.
to take it
No.
back. But nah, we got to get into this. So, with that in mind, the women's short sprints.
Yes.
Obviously, it's going to go down at the USA's. We're going to talk about both, but we got to start off on, I think we got to go to the 200 right now because Gabby Thomas,
Yep.
we know that she's coming off of an Olympic gold. We did get to see her in Grand Slam track quite a few times, but the conversation doesn't stop there because Sha'Carri Richardson, if she wants to run the two at Worlds, she's going to have to qualify. So, I mean, the conversation starts there, but even then, before you even go, I do have to say, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. So yeah, with that in mind, I mean, I gotta ask you, Dawn, I mean, where do you see this going?
Oh man, that's so loaded. I feel like all of the questions are going to be loaded because when it comes to the 200, the first name I just say every that pops into everyone's head is going to be Gabby. Like it just has to be too. It's almost like she has this ownership to it. Like she has earned the right to say, to a certain extent, and I'm very clear to get a title, a medal, anything, you have to earn it. But she's done so much in this 200 right now that it's like they're going to have to take it from her. Like that's just what it feels like. Like she's such a mental monster, a beast, an animal. But when I say I loved to see Melissa step up at that Grand Slam, because the first kind of like, oh, it's a lot. Like you saw that last 50. She was like, I do the 100. But then the next one, she said, I had a conversation with her and she's like, look, I said, you got to just accept your fate. Like if you're trying to do this thing and be great, the 200 is what's going to take. And to see her really be like, yo, anytime I step on the track, this is mine. And that's exactly what happened. I remember that, like, even the commentators were like, can she catch her? Is she gonna catch her? Like Gabby was not reeling Melissa in like we thought. And I think that's to me, that's the race that changed the game. Like that's the race that said, oh snaps, this might not be 100% Gabby's. Like that was the race where I said, is it up for grabs? Like, are they juggling? But then I mean, you have a Navia battle. A Navia. She's coming into her like a Navia. She came out with like, ooh, a Navia's here. She had some time, some years, kind of disappeared. Love you, Navia. Kind of disappeared. But now she's back and she's been in full conversation. And he brought up Sha'Carri. Like I said, I'm just going through. So Sha'Carri, okay? We've been seeing her run. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. And I say all that because we've been seeing her run in the 100. When she ran that pre, everybody was like, oh, snaps. But the thing that gives me still confidence, and this is when we're going to educate people. When you train with Dennis Mitchell, stop playing. People forget there are some coaches that's like, give me 2-3 weeks and I got you. Give me 2-3 weeks. And she has enough time, especially for the 100 because she's already there. But then, like you said, for this 200. So it's really going to be about her embracing that probably each round going to hurt, but listening to Dennis and just executing everything. I know I just said a lot, but that for me, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, and then Mackenzie Long, my bad girl. I really almost forgot you. Who had the world lead for a second. It was, then the Olympic champion in the 100 had to come and like kind of put her down, but
Yeah, when you said a second, I was thinking to myself, it wasn't long.
it was the second. Like it was the second. It was the second. But she showed that like when she comes here once again, she's going to be in the conversation. What I cannot wait for, this is always when it comes to that 200. When they come out that curve and they hit that 100 and grown women stand up, ooh, like that's the race. Like y'all be playing with that first 100. Yeah, set it up. it's that last 100. Grow women, stand up. Like who's it? I just so that's going to be who's going to break, who's going to say no. My dream is on the line, contracts on the line, all the things. So yeah,
Well, you gave us a lot to start with, but
I did.
I'm gonna hold myself back because I want to see what Anderson's gonna say with all that before I even. 'Cause I want to chew a little bit longer. What you
Well,
got?
I'm like, I think you put it perfectly where it's just like Gabby usually has it on lock, right? Like year after year, it's like Gabby, and then who else is going to make the team? But
Right.
like this year, after what Melissa did, taking her down, very unexpected, and running 21 seconds. Like she didn't just run, oh,
Right.
22.5, 22. No, she ran 21 seconds to take her down. And then, like you said, Mackenzie Long, people forget Mackenzie Long was in that Olympic final last year. Like, sure, she didn't get a medal, but that was the first time she ever made an
Yeah.
Olympic Games and Olympic final. So she's in some good form. Anavia Battle, like you said, she's been not only, yeah, she hasn't run like the crazy fast times yet, but she's been consistent on the Diamond Leagues. She's been winning against the best women in the world. So you know that she's going to come to USA's and actually do some damage. And the 2021 Olympic team, she actually made that team to Tokyo, and she beat out some good names. I remember Allison Felix was trying to make that team in the 200, and and even Battle was ahead. So,
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
so I think it's very competitive. I would say that Gabby Thomas probably is in the driver's seat. Like it's hard for me to like bet against and say, all right, Gabby is gonna lose. But there's a lot of people who are putting pressure, and not even to say something about like Brittany Brown, who won the bronze medal at the Olympics last year, or even Jamesia Ford, the NCAA champion. Like you know what I'm saying? So I think overall it's so deep right now, but I would say Gabby is in the driver's seat, but she has to be very, very careful to make sure that she can either extend a gap, like pull something out to make sure she proves, all right, I am the best 200-meter runner in the United States, of course, here, but then also in the world because she has to contend with Julian Alfred and all them later. But
I
yeah, there's a
mean,
lot of women.
so now, okay, so I'm glad that I let you go because now I have my thoughts together. So I like to reverse engineer. So Gabby Thomas, let's start with there because that's what we brought up. Actually, I'm gonna say it this way. Who are the two most talented people in the field?
Most
Like, let's start the
talented.
conversation there because to me, it's Gabby and Sha'Carri. And notice I said the word talented. So with that in mind, they're supposed to be there. Gabby, we know she's already been showing it this year. Sha'Carri, we're going off of past history because she didn't just go to the world in 2023. She
Hold
got a
on.
medal when she was there.
Let me fight you there a little bit. Past history in the 200 for Sha'Carri's not strong enough to say she's just that girl in the two yet. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like
You're
she like
right, but I
so that's
say it, that's fair. But I'm saying it off of talent, and this is my assessment. Sha'Carri, since the time she came out of college, this is how I read her. She was just better than everyone else. That's what happened. She started off better, and then all she had to do was just keep being better. The 200 has always kind of been the extra race, where
yes.
like she's a 100
Mhm.
runner and the 200 is there, and like those highs are there. But like even when I'm thinking like Olympic trials last year in the two, like if I remember correctly, she ran great till the final.
Yeah.
And some people would argue that her final was in the semi. The thing is, she was running so light, so free, so fun. She was already on the team,
Yeah.
and she did need to get it out of her bag one more time. And I think, again, I'm being critical here, but not so much thinking from like the coaching perspective, but from the analysis perspective, where it's like the talent is there. Like the talent is like, 'cause when I'm looking at this leaderboard, there's a lot of names here I'm just bypassing. No disrespect. I'm just being honest. Where they don't have the talent to go with the pace. Like the pace is going to be the pace. When Gabby says I'm going 21-7 today, how many of y'all can go with that pace? And that cuts the list down to me because I'm assuming Gabby's going to go. That's why I
Uh-huh.
put her at that top line. Sha'Carri has the talent to go, but I don't know what type of form she's in. I mean, we can
So,
trust, we can
see
expect. I just don't know.
but that's what starts to change things when you say she has the talent, but you don't know if that's where she is yet. Like that's what balances it out a little bit. Like understand, I think when Sha'Carri decided to dig in that bag, everybody in trouble, right? She's like, but to say talent and then where she is right now, that's what brings her from here to like ah
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because we're talking, if we going off of that, Jamisha Ford over here, like I'm tapping on everybody's shoulder. Jamisha like, hey, and you like, what? You know what I'm like? I'm just saying that because of how sharp people are and what they're like, what they've been doing consistently. There's a such thing as that consistency will help you have that first 2 rounds be like, bah, 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 and I'm gonna go on my bag for the final, right? I know.
How do we feel about the college kids though? Considering the layover, like the amount of time between NCAA's and where this is.
100% it comes down to coaching. It ain't like, to a certain extent, it's gonna almost not have anything to do with their talent. It's gonna be who can coach the best, who knew how to dial them back just a tad, who knew how to stay in their head just enough, who knew how to say, okay, now let me release you again on these professionals. That is a long break that they have to do. And them kids just, as they've been doing, just gonna listen to you. If you tell me to practice, I'm gonna practice. If you tell me don't, I'm not. It's just straight up gonna be who knows how to coach in between that time period. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's almost what I'm excited for. Be like, who's a collegiate athlete that can finally kind of do our schedule where you have to have some time off and then your coach got to prime you again.
Yeah. And I feel like because in 2019 there was a big gap between NCAA's because the Doha World Champs that year, that was in like October or whatever it was, right? And USA's was all the way, it was like a similar time. So there was a decent amount of NCAA athletes who actually did make the team. And if I'm remembering, Andrea Nellis, who won, she might have won NCAA's that year and made the 200-meter team. So I agree that, like, to the point, coaching will be important. But speaking to the talent point, it also is tricky because Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, on paper, probably in the 200, isn't as quote unquote talented as like Mackenzie Long or Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah.
But she's in this conversation for a reason because she's shown, like, in the past couple of weeks between the 200 and the 100, I deserve to be in this conversation. I might just mess around and actually make this team. So it's tricky. I think it is very, very tricky. And I'm even now remembering Deja Stevens is running. She ran 22-1 this year, and she's just coming back. She had a child. She's been away. Like, she's another one who I'm just like remembering. Oh, she could be in this conversation because she's made an Olympic team. She's made a world team in the past. So there's a couple different women who are in this convo.
The only way I know how to, consider how this is going to go down is I just have to assume everybody's going to give their best. Absolutely. I try not to guesstimate where they're at in their training and say, if I put it on what I think you actually have, if you give a good race for who you are. Like, see, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, she's the wild card right now. And like, not as in, I'm not sure yet if I'm taking her in my 3 or not. I know Gabby's in my 3. And I think those next 2 spots are open.
Who are you putting over Melissa in this 200? I am mind blown that you said Gabby, and then you said Melissa, but Melissa maybe.
Because, okay, so you said who would I put over? Let's go back to
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give you a name. The name would be Mackenzie Long, but here's why. Because Mackenzie Long was the queen of the NCAA in the 200 outdoors. Like, that was her thing. Okay. Y'all were touching her. Matter of fact, didn't she sweep? Didn't she win the 100 and the 200 in the 100?
Last year,
Like, she just had it like that. And then made Team USA, goes over to the Olympics, and then makes that final. Comes back this year, and she had to, figure it out as far as like some of what we're doing this year. I think she'll be better next year than what she is now because she's still figuring out this whole pro thing. But I mean, granted, everybody ran fast at Ed Murphy, so put asterisk on that. But regardless, she didn't just win it, world lead, at least for a moment, and American lead. So, and we're seeing 21-9 again. So it's like, when I start seeing those repeat hits of like, oh wait, we did it, and then you did it again, and like, no, that's who you are. So it's sort of like she's one who is like, when the pace goes, she can go with the pace. So now you got to go with her. Whereas, like, to use the name, like Anavia Battle, I think she's incredibly competitive. Like, I think that's what she's like a top flight competitor, but that's not the same thing to me as can she go with that pace? Like, if you just if we say today I need that, I don't know if I can get that from her, but I do know she'll compete. So that's why I'm like, I put her in that. You're in the final, maybe 5th, maybe 4th.
Is that because
I don't like something I feel like somebody would have to not give what they have for her to get that spot. Whereas I think y'all could run, like Melissa Jefferson-Wood could run. And if she has to beat Mackenzie Long for the spot, like she might not get it.
She could. But is
I said
that
might not.
because
You
is
you
that is
go ahead.
oh, well, I was just gonna say because in regards to like a Navia battle, is that because she hasn't run those times? Because she's beating everyone in the world.
Mhm.
Like the people that she needs to beat, she's beating them. And she's done it multiple times across the board. Now, she doesn't have those times to back it up, but she has the experience this year, like against whoever, aside from like Gabby Thomas, like against those people, and against not against Melissa as well, but like she's been able to be competitive. And at least for me, I take a lot of that means a lot to me. Because
Yeah,
if you're able to beat like all these people who are extremely competitive, then why won't you show up to USA's and do a similar thing? Now, again, she doesn't have like the times on the board this year, but that to me means a lot. Where I feel like she's right in there as well. A Navy battle, at least. But I don't know. My bad.
no,
Go ahead, Don.
no, I totally agree with that. I do. I just it's when I think of three people beating Melissa. Only and another reason why I say that part of it is because the type of turn that she can now run
Yeah.
because of her 10 into a negative 1.5. That's why I'm saying like are you going to be okay with her getting out on you and not breaking till about 170? You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be a long time, and you got to be still close enough to be within striking distance. That's the only reason why. And her confidence has grown. It's one thing to have that speed. I have been in the back with people time and time again, and I see them warming up, and I'm like, that look real cute, but your head ain't right. Like that's beautiful. But I'm telling you, it is a real thing. I actually talked to a guy. I just did the high school Nike Outdoor Nationals, and he told me, he said, I'm gonna tell you about my first time having an athlete run against you. He said, he first round, he told, go out there, get scrappy. She got scrappy. She did well. He said, when they called for the final, he said, when I saw you walk into the tent, he said, he looked at my face and he looked at her and he said, we not ready for that. It's a real thing of when
Yeah.
that final and that dream on the line, that was real cute. That was real. Can you handle what I'm about to do to you and still believe in your dream? That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I'm just what Gabby and Melissa can do in the first 100. Can you handle that and still believe in your dream when I'm still ahead of you and you only got 30 meters left? That's just where my mind goes.
I'll meet you here. I'll meet you here on this, where when it comes to Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, the thing is we can't view past history doesn't apply to her as much because
Right.
she's doing the level up right now,
Yeah.
where Julian Alfred 2023 and
Mm-hmm.
Julian Alfred 2024, not the same Julian. And this 2025 is looking like a refined version of what we just saw.
Because what?
So as a
It's
result,
different.
Melissa is not the same runner. Like if this was NBA 2K, her overall went up. Like
Yeah.
whatever it was and what it is, like when the game first dropped, and then they did the update. Because you know how like midway through the game, they have
Yeah.
to be like, you know what, my bad.
Right.
We thought you were the 87. You actually a 94.
Yeah.
My fault. Okay, when you turn that game on today and it does a little download,
Mm-hmm.
she had a download.
You know, you know,
Like
you know,
that's what happened.
that's exactly the other thing I do think of. And it's funny because I'm saying this stuff because I've seen just what Melissa's been doing, right? Like I'm really starting to see like, okay, she's really coming into her own. The only other hesitation that I have, and this is going to come down to the coaching, she's been doing a ton of racing. It's like yes and no, right? Because it was, but it wasn't, right? I'm saying more like 2 in 1 weekend. We just don't normally do that through the professional season. Um, Doing these rounds and then having to do the 200 rounds. Like that now is another beast added on to the equation that I feel like people aren't really, you know what I mean, to think of. Like
Yeah.
it's going to come down to training, but it's like you're going to have 3 rounds of the 100. And I know everyone else is too, but they don't have the year in their legs that they've had. So it's just so many more things to think of
Yeah.
when they come around that turn. Is the body going to be like, yeah, Grand Slam, never mind. And you just power down. You know what I mean? Or is it going to be like, Grand Slam, remember that?
Yeah.
But this, to me, if I could sit down with anyone, I'm like, this is the beauty of our sport. Like, you really will not know. Like, you see people, oh, wow, he can cross him over. He can do this. I'm like, nah, not today. Nah. Almost everything you did, her 10, it means nothing when she comes to that line because this is going to be the first time that she's the favorite. She's expected. You know what I mean? Like, it's the first time. Every other time she's chased the dream. This now is you are the dream and you're in the way of my dream. So
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
though. Oh wait, what you got?
Well,
Because
I was going to say, I think even to your original point of the coaching, because in that specific group, I remember 2023, that was the first time Sha'Carri did if I remember, the double at USA's, or it wasn't the first time she did it, but she made the team in the 100 and the 200, already made the team in the 100, and she also did very well, made the team in the 200. But also TT Terry, she didn't make the team that year, but she did the double. And actually in the 200, I think she PR'd or she ran very fast in the 200 final. So to the point that now this is Melissa's turn in a sense of like, all right, you got to be ready to do the double. Dennis Mitchell is probably talking to her like, listen, this is what we're going to do to make sure that you're ready to complete both tasks. You're going to get this 100 title, and then you're
yes.
also going to do what you need to do in the 200. So I think in the background, they're probably working on that. Like Dennis probably knows like what they need to do.
Oh yeah, what a coach absolutely does. He tells you exactly how he wants you to run the first round of the 100, the second round of the 100, and like point blank. It is. I'm telling you, like coaches will say, "Yo, I want you to look. You always got to execute to start. I'm not. They never gonna say once you get out a little timid, you're gonna get out. I want you to get out about 40 meters, assess where you are, and then you know what I'm saying, and then kind of back or go 50 and then start to judge. It happens all the time. I talk to coaches. Bobby used to do that to me. He'd be like, get out about 4 hurdles, shut that thing down. I'd be like, cool. And I'm legit like, cool. Ain't nobody there. I'm like, that is what, because like the first round, not gonna prove a point. Girl, you still got 5 more rounds out here. You know what I mean? And then the second round, like, hey, relax. I only need you to go like get in your bag for the finals. Then for the 200, you're gonna say the same thing. Cause it's what day in between? No days. So you just like, hey, first round, we're gonna wake up. We're gonna assess when you come out the turn. Look. You know, like because there's once again because this is new for her at this level. So
Well, let's apply that logic when we look at the three then, because I think that goes back to the pace. See, remember, I'm the type of sprinter at the low D1 level where I had to give everything I had to get to that final.
yes,
That's just how I was getting there.
mm-hmm.
Now, once we got there, all bets was off.
Right,
I was like, look, we just gonna see how this go.
mm-hmm.
I ain't really had no plan no more. My plan was to get this far. You see what I'm saying? But that's who I was. I just accept that's what my reality was. So there's some of those athletes because it's so deep
So
where a lot of
listen,
people can't play like that.
over.
Only a few people like Gabby's gonna going through the round. She can game her way through the rounds, budget and move with that. I think Mackenzie Long is in that same group.
Mm-hmm. I
You see
give
what
you
I'm
that.
saying?
I
I
give
think she's in that group. I'll even say Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is in that group, but she's gonna have to do it on
yeah,
this stage.
mm-hmm.
But like, because she didn't even really run the 200 like that in college. Like she
Yeah.
ran it
Mhm.
in whatever Coastal Carolina's conference was, with all the realignment, nobody remembers.
Well,
But what are they? Sun Belt?
Sun Belt Conference
Is that what they were when she was there?
is it?
Because that thing keeps switching all the time.
That's true. That is true.
So
Mhm.
like, regardless, it might have been Conference USA back then. Regardless, but whatever it was, you know, that was then. This is
Yeah,
now because she was not in the NCAA 200.
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
not she wasn't there in these finals. So if she's in that group, I mean, okay, let's go through the names. Is Brittany Brown right now in that space?
Only because remember she had surgery earlier,
Mhm.
and she even said her coming back. She was like, "Look, I want to run, so I'm running, but I don't really know what it's going to look like." And it's been real
Up and down.
kind of up and down. So as of right now, only because of that, Brittany, I love you. Only because of that, I would say no to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like she okay, so she's not in because I was gonna put her in that space of like right now. I'm not sure that you're able
Mhm.
to like just
Yeah.
pencil your name
Yeah,
into the final.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna have to run into the final.
Yes.
And then like Tamari Davis, she doesn't have to run into the final.
Hmm.
Yeah. She's another one. She hasn't run in a while, actually. It's been, I think, about 2 months or so. She was really hot early on. We saw her at Grand Slam where she
Yeah.
was like right there with Gabby and Melissa, but like she has kind of taken a step back. So, and I don't know like what her status is, but if she's there, if she's like healthy, she's ready, then she is kind of like in that convo. But I think similar situation with Brittany, just based on what we've seen recently, at least.
So we gotta get here then. Where is Sha'Carri in all of this? In all of it, because she's running the two.
What do you mean? Where is she in the final? You mean like on the
Like,
team?
is she? Do we? Well, we got to start with is she going to be in that top three when it's all done? I mean, that's why I'm 50-50 on it. That's where I'm
I,
at. I'm 50-50.
because I don't feel like I've seen her go in her bag yet and have that type of success this year. For the two, I don't know because it hasn't been her baby. Like her baby, the 100, I feel like she will claw somebody's eyes out to be like, actually, sorry, Melissa, I'm on the team, right? For the 200, because I haven't seen it in the 100 yet, I don't know if we're going to be able to say 100 times, 100, her 100 times, times two. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's the only like, and it's crazy to say this because you're like, it's Sha'Carri. I can't wait for her first round because I just need to know like what she did in this last time since pre.
I feel like that, Anderson, this is my thought. I had this before you said it, so I'm glad you said it like on my behalf. Like I'm taking those words. I thought to myself, I said, I'll know what we're dealing with Sha'Carri after round one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really believe that. Like after round one, you're gonna be like, oh, y'all in trouble.
Yeah,
Or we're gonna be like, oh, okay, this is one of those years.
yeah,
Like at
yeah.
least for as far as USAs, which means all right, well, we're gonna take the next month and see how that go
But
before
then,
Worlds.
but this is where she stresses me out, right? Because at Worlds when she won in lane like 75, she was on the outside, which I love. I loved every bit of that drama on the outside. People wondering, but I'm saying because she had a if you rounds at Worlds, right, and then she end up winning. Sometimes it's like with Sha'Carri, maybe you don't know what you get in the first round. Maybe you're gonna find out in the second. You know what I mean? Because she comes out, maybe no, I'm saying because maybe she pop up a little bit, but then she able to, my bad, and her coach go to the back, chew her out like, don't you ever, and then she fixes it in the second. So it's like, when I say every round is gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, come on, Sha'Carri, come on, her. So yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
cause,
Yeah.
'cause see, I keep coming back to this as of like again thinking about this over the last week. People seem to think that the uniform is what make you run fast. They're like, oh, the Americans are fast. I'm like, no, no, no. We put fast Americans in the uniform. It's different.
yeah,
So
yeah,
as a result, we could trust me. I'm not gonna say no names. We put some folk in a USA uniform who don't represent the way that you would associate USA to be at the top.
yeah,
Like we're not gonna go over that. So what I'm saying is like it do make a difference who come off this team
yes,
because I just want the best people to run.
absolutely,
That's how I feel.
Hmm.
I'm kind of like if you I get it, stuff happens, but like if you get one of those spots that to me wasn't a spot that you were supposed to get because of what I believe the line or like the standard is, then it's like, okay, there's that much more pressure
hmm
because it's like, okay, now like I'm going. And again, some people really think that like I'm not saying the athletes, but it's almost like from the outside, like, oh,
yeah,
they got red, white, and blue, so they're supposed to be in the final. I'm like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
you
yeah.
got to actually get to the final.
Right. And I think to your point, it's because of what we always send over. We always send the best. So people are like, yeah, people in the uniform actually happen to make the finals. So that is that, but that's the pressure that we always say in the US is like, oh, it's the hardest team to make because if
Hmm.
I this team, I'm supposed to not be in the final, I'm supposed to be on the podium. You're like, my God, like that's such a high standard. But I will say, I love that we do it this way. And this has been a debate for forever. Like, should, for the Olympics trials and stuff, should it be, top three or should it be like a one spot guarantee? Like they're going to choose somebody and the other two. And I'm like, nah, line
No.
a day because the mental is just, you got to do it on that day. So I agree with you. Like I said, that we put fast people in the uniform, that earn.
Yeah. Yeah. It prepares you like no other. And I think on the thought of Sha'Carri, like she is someone who is more than capable of going out there, making the team, and then performing when she gets to the World Championships.
Yeah,
But like I said, the first round, the first round may or may not even be telling. The second round may or may not even be telling. Like we don't even know exactly what may come into fruition,
yeah,
but she's more than capable of like not only getting into the final, getting onto the team, but even in theory, she could potentially win. Because going back to what we, first said, like she has that talent. But if I'm personally looking at the landscape right now, like I can't say that I'm gonna put her in my top three yet, only because I just don't have enough to go off of. But it would not surprise me to see her actually make that team.
sure.
Oh, so here's my final call then, and y'all could tell me if I'm wrong on this. Because if you got to switch it, you switch it. This is where I'm putting my flag. Because I get a wild card, you carried my wild card. I don't see the point in giving it to anybody else. So there you go. But my three, and I'm not doing it because of the leaderboard. I'm doing it off of what my aggregate is.
Yeah.
How fast can you go? Can you go with the pace?
Mm-mm.
And when we put you with other fast people, historically, what have I seen in the last 12 months?
Okay.
So for that group, I'm sorry, I got to go in this order.
Hmm.
Gabby Thomas one, Mackenzie Long is my two, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is my three.
That's not terrible. That's just not terrible. Like I can't be like that is the most outrageous thing I've ever. That's just not terrible. A couple things I might switch, but that's not terrible. No, yeah, yeah, I'm stressed. I just want to say this. I know we wrapping this segment. I'm stressed because I just don't know. I'm stressed. The 200 for me is not like I feel like there are other races where I can like I probably would be like I'm gonna tell you to the 10th what it's gonna be to the 100 to the 1,000. This one is it's pretty open. Yeah,
But
yeah.
who would you switch out then?
I just don't know if I'm switching. Funny. I'm stressed. I can't. I don't know if I'm switching because like okay. I'm gonna just say it because this is my job, okay, Melissa, because I love her. Okay, Melissa. Um, I can see Gabby being like 9. You know what I'm saying? Like you ran a great turn, but Gabby's like when you're just so familiar and you were like, I will die for this. I that's not crazy to say Gabby. Like I feel like Gabby might because also she holds it together even. So maybe Gabby, then it's like Melissa, and then like Long. That might
Mm.
be where I'm going. So as I said, I'm not against what that, and I think it might come down to lean. You know what I mean? Where they lean in and we like, who got it? So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know what I'm almost hoping for though, because I love a surprise, and I'm not even saying that's not the top 3. I just need a fourth person to be right there, and we like, oh, oh, oh. I just need that, and then however it goes.
Yeah.
Listen, it's I'm honestly honestly with you because I'm finding it very hard to not have a Navy battle make this team. I'm finding it very hard. If I was to like play it out right now, I think I'll have that 3, Gabby, Mackenzie, Melissa, but like I'm honestly struggling because Navy battle has looked so good and I feel like this is her year. For some reason I don't know. I feel like it's supposed to be her year. She switched coaches, she moved back to Ohio State. She's like in a
Mm-hmm.
familiar environment and it's like clicking, but it's just so tough right now. So yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So it's like you want to pick her, but like you're struggling to get that far.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean,
I
if you
no go ahead.
no, I was just saying, if you're looking for the wild card, and again, I pay a lot of attention to the college kids. I don't know how much you watch them on a regular. So with that in mind, I'm very harsh on them because I look at, well, who was the best collegian? And like Jamelia Ford, like it's you. So no disrespect to everybody else who's pulling up, y'all got to be somebody new in order.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you gonna pull up to USA and be not who you was in the NCAA and run with all these pros. And you supposed to make this team like fam. Let's be honest. Y'all know good and well you coming for the experience. Like you running, you competing. I said what I said. I'm not backing down. You're coming for the experience. Maybe you'll be at USA another year, and then we could say we're building off of this foundation. But I'm gonna tell you how the house look right now. It ain't yours. So if it's gonna be a college kid, it's gonna be her. She it's
And,
because she when she lose in the college setting,
mhm.
it's her fault. Y'all
Mhm.
didn't beat her. She has to underachieve for you to beat her. So this
Yeah.
year she just protected her house outdoors.
What I love about everything you just said was a dog listening to you like, yeah, like I'm saying they listening to this and they like, but like I just love it because there are gonna be some people that will absolutely come there and they looking at everything different because they're like, either I just graduated and I'm not getting a 9 to 5. I'm trying to get a contract. So they understand the mission of, and I know what you said. I know there's a such thing. Like once you dip on 22, it's like, okay, that's a different stratosphere. But there are some, their coaches are like, you're ready. And now if you don't understand, you gave up the dream. So it's just like, I just love that, like, because it is, like you said, you look at the paper, I'm with you. That's why I said the same 3. You know what I mean? You said, we just switch. But I'm ready for that dog that's gonna hear this conversation. And low key, they gonna see when I interview them on the sideline. I'll be like, I love you though. And they gonna be like, nah, you ain't say my name. I'm like, it's cause I'm ready for that dog that's like, nah, I'm here, I'm the next. I'm what's next. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to move over to the 100.
I was gonna say. It's another conversation. We're kind of like we have some of the similar players, and now we're just dropping down to the 100. Now,
Mhm.
I'll start off with this. Do we think anyone is going to be able to touch Melissa Jefferson-Wooden in this 100 meters? Is anyone going to be able to touch her?
You can answer first. Not you. You go first. I answer the other one first.
Oh
What
man.
do we think? What do we think?
She meant me. I thought you were
Yeah,
talking to you.
I'm asking the question.
Exactly. Pose the question.
I mean, look. I mean, I've been on the Melissa Jefferson Wooden bandwagon before she even had seats. So with that in mind, like I climbed the board back at Coastal Carolina. She wasn't even out of college yet when I climbed the board. So with that in mind, I mean, I've just been waiting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I've just been waiting. So at this point, in Grand Slam, this is what I got to give her credit for. This is why my answer is she's gonna win, and it's not gonna be all that close unless
Mm-hmm.
somebody decides to do something that we haven't seen them do before. Shout out to them. But okay, like I'm gonna use two examples. Like I'm gonna put two people next to each other. So Jason Sears, y'all know she ran in college when Julian was there,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and then we seen her run against Julian this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not her first time running with her. Julian was ahead then, Julian was ahead now. And we saw what that last Diamond League, it wasn't all that close. Jason Sears is a player here. Make no mistake. And she's on the leaderboard. I'm looking. She number three. 1085. She did that in Eugene. She just did it in a section where Melissa Jefferson Wooden wasn't there.
Mhm.
And that was with a positive 1.7 versus the whole negative situation we got with, Julian and Melissa. But we seen Melissa run with Julian as well. And we seen her run when she wasn't there, and the clock still looked fast. And she still took down the field. She was consistently like there's the reason why she won an award at Grand Slam. Because she earned it. Like she
Mm-hmm.
was dominant through that entire set. At this point, picking against her is because you don't like her. Like you must have like a vendetta or something. Like you're not watching the races if you picking against her. So that's why I'm like, you start the conversation there, and the real question is who else is coming with her. But like she's driving the bus. It's like, yo, who in the back?
Yeah. No.
Like,
I 100% do not see how someone is beating her. Like I don't. She cramp up 5, 10 times. She's still crossing first. Like I don't see like calf. She like calf, 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 and I'm like, girl, you still ahead. Just finish. I with the talent, the execution, the things that she's learned, the confidence. I don't see it. I'm talking about she's going to the line like, let's wrap this up. Like I think she's going to drag people to fast times. The field understands she's here in order to make this team. Like, even if I'm dreaming of beating her, I know what I got to do. So that means if I wake up, I'm still a 10-8, 10-7. You know what I mean? Like, they know what is going to be required to make this team just because of her. But other than that, they know what's required, but they haven't done it. So I don't see anyone beating her. That's
Mhm.
just, I
I
just
feel
don't.
like because of, I mean, and Anderson, I know I'm gonna pass it back. It's just thinking about my sprinting career, thinking about what other athletes go through about running, again, running with fast people next to you.
Yeah.
I feel as if for her, or let me take that back, what she does to the field now, because I think she's confident. Remember,
Mm,
she ain't new to this.
yeah.
Like she's the Olympic bronze medalist. It's just that gold gets so much shine that
Hmm.
bronze doesn't feel like you're that much better, but she was. And I think
Yes.
that's how I walked away from it. Where I was like,
Hmm.
when she came out this year, I was like, wait a minute, you was better than all of these people. Like you were already. It wasn't like you started now. It's
Yeah.
just that we're seeing it in a fresh light. So the
Hmm.
other athletes, I feel like if you're sprinting in the other lanes, it's gonna ruin your race plan if you try to make one to beat her.
Hmm.
If that's not where you've been till now, then you might need to just let that go. And you
Hmm.
need to just execute your race.
That's it.
Like
It's what
that's
that's
where it's at now. Like
supposed
don't
to
try
be.
to switch it up because she's here.
Yeah.
You'll get yourself in
Yeah.
trouble.
I I think we all know, everyone in the world knows that Melissa is the favorite for this 100 in USA's. And I think she knows it, but I actually don't think she's going into USA's acting like it or like letting that be. I think she feels like I might not make the, or there's a possibility I might not make this team. Someone might beat me. And I think that's very dangerous because she's going to go out there and do something, in my opinion, that we haven't seen before. That 10.7 into a negative 1.5, I think she's going, I don't even care what the win is going to be. I think she's really going to do something that we have not seen before. Like, she's not out here like playing around on the circuit against, anybody. She is like going out there showing that that bronze medal is going to turn into a gold this year. And this is just the first stepping stone towards that. I really think she's going to go to USA's and like put down a master class in how to run the 100 meters in a way that we have not seen. Like, I mean, we've seen Sha'Carri in previous years. I'm like feeling that Melissa is even going to do something even more special than what we've seen in previous years. She's very, very dangerous. Like, very dangerous.
I agree. I think the only part that I have to say, maybe I disagree, is I think she's not coming in thinking anybody's beating her. She like point up where they at. I don't think that she's coming in cocky. I think she just understands. I'm just different right now. And with this confidence, because she even said in press conferences, she's like, I finally had to accept, like, girl, you done worked hard. Like, this is your moment. Like, you know what I mean? Don't stop looking for other people. Stop expecting like, oh, this is, and she's like, no, like, if I'm here, it's a problem and it's over. And so I think she's coming in with that type of confidence where she's like, nobody better not be in front of me. And so that's the only thing. I do think that she understands everybody else hungry too. So that's really when you become dangerous, when you're like, yo, I'm ready. But they nice. They nice. But I'm ready and I'm ready to do something special. So I think besides that, everything else you said, I think it's going to be a masterclass. Everything else you said. Yeah.
Well, I think the thing that she has in her back pocket is that, again, when I first covered her, I covered her under what I called my Never Supposed to Be This Fast series, because she was at Coastal Carolina for a reason. Remember, I'm the guy who did the high school national ranking. She was a 3-star. That's what she was. So when the schools around her didn't want her, it's because, like the ACC schools and so on, they had a reason. The reason was, well, this is what we're looking for, and you're not exactly that. Then she gets there, and everything just starts opening up.
Yep.
And it opened up real fast. I mean, nobody was really paying attention. Remember, she beat Julian Alfred in a 60 at the NCAAs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that
And
happened.
that was right after Julian set the NCAA record in the 60, like literally right after that.
Yeah. Now, granted, Julian underachieved in that final.
It's fair. True.
I'm not going to take that away. But she was the winner. And then you fast forward to 2022, because
Right.
she didn't do well at NCAAs, and then shows up at USA's and wins that one. So, truth be told, if you wasn't Sha'Carri Richardson or Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, you wasn't an American champion since the pandemic till now. Like, that's just the facts.
Yeah.
So, like, again, if I think what I'm kind of coming to grips with, because we got to deal with the rest of the field, it's just that the rest of the field got to deal with her, because like it didn't feel like she was this good, but she was though. It's just that it didn't feel like it because that extra level that happened.
This is the part that I do love about what you were saying about, how she went to Coastal Carolina, because, the other schools were looking for a certain thing. She didn't have it. This other part that I love about it is you don't really know what's out there because it's high school. Did she get a good coach? Like, what did they know? What did they know how to pull out of? Listen, my husband is a high school coach. It's tragedy out here, y'all. It is tragedy. No, it is some kids. I mean, kids be at meets like, will y'all work with us? Like, no, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. I mean, it's coaches that's like, well, they don't do over 40s because we got to be fast. And I'm like, they do the 2. They going to be fast, though. I'm like, they don't get walked down, though. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that was her situation, but I'm like, it is a lot of kids that are at different places because they just, whoever is in your local town is going to be your coach. They don't know nothing. That is why when you do have a legend that coaches someone and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, because they producing over and over and over again because they know what they're talking about. And like a bullets, parents are like, we going to travel and live there for that coach. And then he produces what he produces. So I just say that part. But yeah, the rest of the field. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, we all set on Melissa. Now I think it gets tricky with the rest of the women because you have Jason Sears, who's also been on fire. She's run 10.8. You have TT Terry has run 10.8. Aaliyah Hobbs has run 10.8. Even Jamesia Ford, she didn't do as well in 100 at NCAAs, but she's run 10.8 this year. So there's a lot of women who are in this conversation that can make it very interesting. And I think behind Melissa, I'm I guess I feel like Jason Sears is maybe the front runner, but like I don't know. TT Terry, Aaliyah Hobbs, they have a lot of experience. So I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. Dawn, what you thinking?
Really feel like there's nothing else to say because you said it. Like that's literally it. I mean, like you said, Jason Sears, she's just been indoors, right? She was running amazing. I mean, Solera Barnes got her, at the championship indoor nationals, but it was like she was owning it. And it was like, so anyways, who getting second? Who getting second? Who getting second? I mean, and then you got TT Terry. The benefit that she has is every day she lines up with a Melissa Jefferson. Every day she lines up with a Sha'Carri. And last year, you saw her, she got third. They were in the back, like all three of us going. But not one of y'all messed this up. And in the back, we saw through the round, CT was running well. Didn't say great, well. But there's that extra dog of her, like, nah, you right. I've been training with some, and that's who I am too. And so for me, that's where I'm like, she's extremely dangerous because she hasn't been the person talked about, right? She's been at practice with the person. So, but it's like she's like, I know how to do it too.
I
So,
mean,
go ahead.
no, you good. It's just this field to me because I'm scrolling through the names and it get real light real fast.
Fast.
So as a result, this ain't the 200. This is not that. So as a result, I'm like, look, we gonna put this thing in tiers. Tier one, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. That's the end of that tier. Tier two, I think Twanisha Terry is now, I'm sorry, TT Terry.
Uh-huh.
She is the top of tier two, and I'm actually gonna call it with some confidence. I ain't even gonna play with it no more because like Jason Steers might be at the top of tier three because I think the rest of the field is tier three for where we're at in 2025. But again, like TT Terry is second on that leaderboard coming in. So what we really expecting to happen? She got the past history. She put a time down whether anybody was talking about it or not. And it's sort of like you said it. She has everything that all the check boxes you would want, like from the training group to really like, come on, y'all know y'all coming like you trying to beat her, but I think remember Sha'Carri's not in that field.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So like when you move that off, and then some of these people may not even run like may not even run the 100 because they're
Mm-hmm.
coming for the two. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Anavia battled on this list. Like I don't think she's running the 100. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm think she's gonna run the two more specifically because that's where her best
Right.
results are probably gonna lie. So that's how I'm like, you know what? Like this field, like Jason Sears might get three, but it don't like how I put it. From what I've seen of her, it's like the talent. She's been inconsistent. That's maybe what I would say in terms of like I've seen the talent. Remember, I was there to watch that 10-7 race when she
Mm-hmm.
ran at Tom Jones, like before she got hurt later in the like I was there. Like I remember watching the race like live, like seeing her go across, and nobody else ran fast that day. So I'm not going to take it away from her. Like the talent is undeniable. It wasn't like a fast day and she had a good clock.
Yeah.
It was y'all ran what y'all run. I just did something different. But at the same time, I don't know if I can count on that. It's just when I look back at this list, it's like, well, I really think it's Jason Sears versus Aaliyah Hobbs for that third spot. Now,
Mm-hmm.
TT Terry could get third, but I still think she's going to the team regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
she's going. So I think it's Jason Sears and Aaliyah Hobbs, and then somebody else got to become brand new.
You don't think any collegiate athletes? I'm really just asking. I don't have a name to
I
throw around.
don't, I mean, look, Jamelia Ford using her because she's high on that board. And for the record, the 10.87 that was at NCAA's. It's just that it wasn't in the final. The final
Oh
was
yeah,
a
that was
lot
the
slower.
heats. Yeah.
And I mean, again, we talk about the pace and what it's going to be for how everybody's set up. Like I'm looking at the rest of these names, like whether it's Deja DeFrond. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
okay, look, I'm gonna pull a name out of my back pocket. I mean, is Cambria Sturgis gonna find like an old form we haven't seen?
Right. We did the same face. And just we like, oh, I know. I
I'm
know.
saying like
And
that's the best name I could give you because Aaliyah Hobbs, I've just been waiting for her to be healthy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Real
that's the
talk.
thing.
I don't
That's the
never
thing.
doubt her talent.
Yeah. American
I've
record.
just been waiting for her to be healthy. It just feel like it's always been such an up and down experience. And I get it. Like this sport is hard on your body. So out of the result, like, yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, if these are the people coming to the line, like, what I mean, what they want from me? Like, a
Yeah.
grab bag of folk could be in those other lanes in the final. Like
Mhm.
that's fair. But if your goal is to be on this team, come on, man.
I think it is very tricky. I would say the only place I'll disagree is I'm not sure TT Terry has the experience where she's made the Olympic team last year. She made the final last year, finishing, I think, like fifth place. And she made the
Mhm.
team in 2022 when Worlds was in Eugene. But something about Jason Sears during this outdoor season, I feel like indoors, she was like, of course, cooking. She was on point. At the early part of the outdoor season, maybe a little mix, but I feel like in this second part, she's almost like started to figure out, like, okay, this is like, I'm a professional now and this is real. Like, if I don't make this team, like, I'm staying home and who knows what'll happen the rest of the season in terms of like whatever. So I feel like she's starting to really get it. Cause even yeah, she didn't compete in the. She was in that second race in at Prefontaine where she ran extremely fast, but like at the Diamond League where she ran against Julian Alfred, like she beat out everyone else there as well. She finished second to Julian. Now Julian was
Yeah.
gone, but like she was second place still. I feel like she is in a realm where if it's not equal to TT Terry, it's like even that maybe to me it feels like she's slightly a step ahead. Now, to your point, Dawn, where it's like we saw what happened with TT Terry last year, where she wasn't looking great in the season, she wasn't looking great through the rounds, but she figured it out right in that final at the perfect time. And I feel pretty confident she's going to do that. But I don't know, Jason Sears is looking very very good right now. Very, very good. I feel for to me, I just feel very confident in what I've seen from Jasis over the past couple weeks. I don't know. Mm.
No, I agree. I think this is where I literally said in my head, I'm going to leave them very unsatisfied because I'm agreeing with, like, I can't, you're not saying much where I'm like, who says that? That's what the field is looking like. No one is coming, like you said, besides Melissa, like punching folks in it. That's like, it is an open field. I mean, but it's just, it's open. I can't wait to see who, like an Aaliyah Hobbs or TT Terry, that is in the back warming up and they like, I've been tripping. I've been tripping. Let me go out here because TT has everything in her to like go and sun these chicks. Like to just like for real. She like to just be like, girl, you've been tripping all season.
I'm gonna say something crazy
Go ahead.
since we need a crazy take.
Okay.
If the high school girl Dana Wilson pulls up,
Um,
because these high school kids don't care, they have
yeah.
no shame. I don't think she's making the team. That's not where I'm going with this.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
What I'm saying is because she's gonna go no. What I'm saying is because she runs full steam ahead, like she ain't got no reason to have a chill button yet. She could take a final spot from somebody else because she could go 11:05, 11:03, and that might be enough with this group to get to that final.
yeah.
And she'll be feeling good about. Now, granted, there's levels to this, but I'm saying like when I look at the field and look at how close it really is, where you've got one, two, three, four, five, six. I'm counting. Like in within a tenth of a second radius, you've got like the bot like 15 names.
Well,
Like
well,
you see what I'm saying? Like
no, let me say this. Dana Wilson pull up. She makes it to that final. She has ruined so many contracts because the conversation is like, she ain't even just quite yet the future. Like she the future. The future is the coming, right? Like she's a, oh, come get some experience. Like you said, no pressure. So come, oh, if she do that, it's like, girl, the future didn't beat you. The future. You know, I mean, just saying, like, age is looking at the athletes like, I'm not going to no company talking to them about you. Like, it is. So I'm like, they need to really assess the situation and be like, who cannot beat me is baby girl right here. Like, she just, this is for careers. Like,
because she ran Nike Outdoor at Eugene, and you said you were there. So that's
yes,
what I mean. Like I mean, she was consistently the best. She was but she was prepping for this. She was with
listen,
Tom Jones and all that.
she won. It was a dope race. And I'm like, okay, she's standing there, and I'm like, okay, she does not seem, excited. Now, Dana's not the big, like, jumping around excited person. But I was like, she seems real chill. And I'm like, so before we ended, I'm like, how do you feel about it? She was like, I was just hoping for something faster. I'm like she in her head, like, I need to hit it. And I'm like, this high schooler is bothered that she beat her peers in this fashion. She's like, no, I need to be at this level. So I'm just saying she's someone that has talent
Yeah.
and is coming in with like, this is what I want to do, and I want to leave doing this thing.
Yeah, see, the thing about, and I'm off road here for a second. My
Mm.
challenge with the way the sport is set up, because, is like we don't really have guardrails on the
Yeah,
sport. Like the difference between being a pro in the
sorry.
NBA and not is, are you in the NBA? That's the difference. It don't
It,
matter how good you play in other courts
I
because
believe
you're
so.
not in the NBA. But in track,
And
we
you're
don't
never
have
going to.
we don't draw lines. Like we don't draw lines. It's the reason why at Melrose they throw in high schoolers in the fields. Like who wasn't he? Like the girl woke up one morning. I'm not making this up. Like Lisa
Yeah.
Ray. She woke
Lisa
up
Ray.
to run a
Yes.
high school race, right? Which she
Yes.
goes out and does. And then they approach her and say, "Hey, would you like to run in the pro section in another hour?" Remember, when she ate breakfast this morning, she wasn't gonna race pros. And it's like, okay, I guess so. Let me go get my spikes again. Like that's what we're doing. So now,
Yeah.
like again, like the structure of how we're
Just
doing this.
going to the stands at the NBA game, like, hey, you a big fan? I heard you. Like, come on, man. What do we?
I mean, but
Don't
the
give it.
thing is, like, because I noticed like the international side of what we're doing, and like I get that, and that's why I say like with these high school kids, they don't have a chill button. That's the best way I describe it, because they
Mm-hmm.
have no reason to.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
up until now, they just win everything.
absolutely.
So like in their mind, they think the progression is going to be linear. Because
Yeah,
until they see evidence that it won't be, they're not going to slow down or chill on it. So like when they're on these like little pro programs, because all my five stars for the most part, like that's how they got that far.
yeah,
Like now these kids have a different setup. So that's how when we get here, I'm like, okay, you've got the tier one of talent, the ones y'all can't touch. Then you got that, and I'll even so Jason Sears, I'm gonna move her up to tier two because I think since I've seen that 10-7, I'm gonna change my mind. I got to put her in that tier two.
you played her aggressively with that tier three. I said, wow, a 10-8 gets you a tier three, but okay. I said, don't let him be out insurance because everyone is just like,
The
no,
thing, because unfortunately the challenge is like because he never got it done at NCAA's.
but
So as a like that was what I had in my mind.
mm-hmm.
That even when it was her year, it wasn't her year.
Yeah,
So as
yeah,
a result, it's like the talent was there, but then it's like we talking about a big race. We're not talking about what we
yeah,
do on the circuit. We're not talking like that's not what we're discussing.
right.
And
Mhm.
I mean, that's what has separated, so many athletes who, they figure out like I got to give it today. Because that's what
Mm-hmm.
track is about. To me, at the highest level, this sport is not about running fast. It's about running fast in the one race that you need to run on command.
Absolutely.
And if you
Yep,
can't do
Yeah.
that part, you ain't ready.
yep. Because it
Mhm.
ain't about today. Because it's not even about your heat that you ran at 2 o'clock. It's about your final that you got to run at 6 p.m. Like it's literally when this gun go. It is that's in a nutshell. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say there like just 2 points. One, speaking of like even though Jason Sears she didn't get it done at NCAA's through her career, Brittany Brown is one who didn't do it through NCAA's like at all. I think her highest finish was like fourth place one year indoors, not even outdoors. Now
And
she might be one of the more successful sprinters over the past couple years. So, and obviously it's not like a consistent case across the board. Like we got Sha'Carri's, we got Melissa, like, but there's some cases. But then also to the high school point, Mia Brahe Pedersen in 2023, she made that 100-meter final at USA's. And this might be the case where Dana's like, all right, I've seen that this can happen in the
Yeah.
100. We're not talking about
yeah,
all due respect, like the 15 or something. Like we're talking about the 100 meters, 100 meters. Like, so who knows? Who knows what could actually happen?
Yeah.
We could see some
But
surprises.
so yeah, that's like, I'm glad you brought that up because that just reminds people I'm not crazy when I said it.
mm-hmm.
Like because like if she can do it, then that makes sense. Like that final spot and that spot on the team is not the same thing. But yeah, I'm calling it. I'm going with the chalk as they say. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, T.T. Terry, Jason Sears in that order. Aaliyah Hobbs is I'm not going to even call her a wild card. She just has to battle it out to get that third spot. That's how I'm seeing it. 2 and 3 could flip. Don't really matter to me. I just don't see how T.T. Terry isn't in that group.
Yeah.
And I think Melissa just getting ready to get another USA championship.
Okay. I'm gonna just say it, and this may be the first prediction that heard the way you've heard it is Melissa Jefferson, and then after that, get it how you live. I do not know. I do not know, and I will not even speak up on it. Get it how you live. Like that's it. I quit.
I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that. I'm not mad. It is like it's open season when talking about everyone behind Melissa. I'm with David with that top three. I don't know about the order. I'm still like kind of up in the air, but like I'm with that top three. But it really is like Melissa and then everyone else is just like we we're just like trying out here. We're fighting for whatever's left. So
I
I don't
mean,
know.
if
That
there ever
100
was a year to sneak on, this might be the year.
might be it.
But
This
it's
might
still,
be it.
but somebody would still like for what we just said, like somebody got to slip up, and it ain't gonna be Melissa. So, I mean, like something would have to happen, and y'all would have to still be brand new. That's why I think it's kind of a lock. That's why Leah
Yep.
Hobbs is the only one I've seen down there that I was like, yeah, you could do it.
Hey, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, my career is anything. They be out there hunting though, because nobody nor their mother was choosing me. Listen, I'm just saying, we out there. Hey, stand up. We out there.
But you was in the hurdles though. It's different.
Yeah, you got them and 10 barriers. What you talking about? Absolutely.
I feel
Not make,
like the hurdles are is such a how I
no,
put it like hmm.
no. You will not make it seem like it is an easier or you have more
No,
chance.
no, no. I'm not saying it's easier.
You
I'm
said,
actually saying it's harder.
oh yeah, that's what I'm
But I'm
that's
saying, but I'm gonna say it's harder as in like if you that much better in a 100 or a 200, like if as long as you know how to execute, it's hard to slip up. But I think
but
in the hurdles, you could be as great as you want to be and still something not go right because it's so precise.
in that 100, have you not seen people tighten up where we like they was killing through every round and you like and they back in the, and I mean they run horrific and their coaches and everyone else is stunned. That is what I'm going to love about this because the everybody behind them to get it how you lives, that gun is gonna go off and who's gonna tighten up, who's gonna be like, oh, she right there, just get her, or who's gonna be a Sears worried about a Hobbs and a Hobbs worried about a Titi Terry and a Titi Terry said, I ain't worried about none of y'all and who worried about the high schooler over there. Like it is, I'm listen, it's gonna be awesome.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. Hey, that's the
So,
hundreds.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
when it comes to the hurdles on the women's side, everybody knows it's about the 100 hurdles when you're talking Team USA. And it's loaded. It has been for a while. It's probably the deepest field that you're generally looking at year to year. We're coming off of an Olympic gold, so I mean, there's that too. But at the end of the day, there are absolutely no guarantees when you look at this lineup and who's making this team. So, hey, Mathai Russell, yes, he's coming off the Olympic gold, but where I guess the conversation starts there. I guess it starts there. But
Mhm.
I mean, where is it headed? Because as far as I know, it's three spots, and everybody got to run for them. There ain't no buys coming out of this group.
Rightfully so, we start with Masai Russell, Olympic champion. You know what I mean? We're not gonna throw around no disrespect. She earned that thing. Came down to the wire. Got in there. Um, and also for her to go run 12:17, can we just say was she not showing? I learned a thing or two back then. You know that thing called the Olympic the one. I'm the next in line. That to me was like, oh snaps! Like she has figured some things out because it is very hard to go from winning the Olympics to come back the next year. You have a lot of people like the excitement and stuff because the thing he wanted was the Olympics. And like, yeah, Worlds is like Worlds, but you're like, it's a long time before we get to Worlds. So like, how do you keep that excitement? And she's found a way to do that and figure it out. But then she dealt with a slight issue with her heel or ankle and then she came back and she ran 12:5. Now, let me say 12:5 with the time off that she had, chef's kiss, right? This field, though, is salivating. They like, she slowed up a little bit. She slowed up a little bit. You have Alacia Johnson, who just ran stupid. I mean, she just did. She had kind of been like, where's Alacia? You around? She was like, don't worry, I'm in the lab. I'm in the lab. Don't worry about me. And she came out and ran crazy. But then you got great starts. The little mighty mouse that can. She she's like the hurdler, like pocket rocket. Like she's this big, and you're like, can she make it over? And she's like, watch out, I can. I absolutely love her because she's so fierce in this tiny little package, and she's always in this little lane over on the side. And you look over, and you're like, who is that ahead? And it's like, it's Grace. I mean, she's just dynamic. Like, I mean, she trains with Grant Holloway, and she talks about like the things that she's learned from him and all this. And if you don't think that being bottled up lead to a great career, you're crazy. Then I'm going down my list. Then you got Tonia Marshall, who trains with Sha'Carri, Melissa Jefferson, and TT Terry every day, and then just with Dennis. So that just in itself, it's one of those like, when's it her time? Because she's always like, she's like, did somebody say something? I said somebody thought somebody said something because I was right there. She's always right there in the race, and it's like she's just getting out leaned. But she's staying so patient. She talks about her faith all the time. She's like, I'm just trusting God, and when it's his time, it's his time. I'm gonna do my part. So when it's his time. So I just want to say, don't know about the lineup yet. We haven't discussed that part. But if she crossed that line, that top three, she probably gonna lose it. So everybody just back up a little bit and give her space because she's gonna lose it. But the person I really want to talk about is Aaliyah Armstrong, because she reminds me of any underdog that was talked about at one point, because LSU, crazy, like amazing, figuring stuff out. Haven't really heard of her making noise, but she's been real low key. Like, she's really been on the uprise. Like at pre, she had a hiccup. I think she cramped up in the back. So that sucked because I wanted to see her run. But to me, she's that dark horse of like, if she just absolutely says, I don't care, and just goes, she gonna mess up somebody's plans. So it's who else? Well, you got Kenny Harrison, okay, former world record holder, and then you got Destiny Hoover, like from Wisconsin. She, okay. So I just them the people that I'm saying if I miss somebody, don't. Okay, now, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you almost got everybody. You didn't even mention Christina Clemens as well.
Yeah.
Hey, mama. Hey, mama.
but Coach Rob, what's your thoughts?
I mean, the thing is, once I pick someone, I try to not go back on it.
Okay.
So the thing about Masai Russell, which is why for me it starts and ends there, is because she turned me into a believer from USA's on down. Because again, going all the way back, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell the story.
Okay.
Hey, for y'all at home, let's go. Story time. So Tom Jones, I remember I pull up. This is 2024, and everybody's running. A whole bunch of people at Tom Jones. A lot of people pull up for that meet, and I remember looking. I'm like, is that Masai Russell? Yeah, okay, that's her. And I'm seeing, and she fell over the hurdles. And I know she was coming off of the situation where, kind of dealing with the whole contract thing and all that. So now she's representing for Nike. So I'm seeing that. And then fast forward, and we get to USA's where we know what happened. She ends up winning. And I'm like, okay, remember, the field is deep.
Yes.
The field is very deep. So it's like, I feel like when I watched it, I was like, okay, she won it. But like in my mind, it felt as if it could have went a bunch of different ways if we had run that race again. And then you go through the Olympic rounds, and then we get to the end. And when we got there, I still wasn't sold. I'm just being honest. I was sold as in like, yes, you got a gold medal, but like, am I going to now say that like you are, the best hurdler in the world?
You want to, okay. Go
As
ahead.
far as like, again, I'm not saying about the championship. I'm talking about like, because again, I'm thinking of it as sport.
Yes.
Like, as sport, are you the best hurdler in the world, or could other people just get you depending on how that went? When we got into indoor this year, and I know indoor and outdoor is not the same thing, but when we got there and I started seeing her show up with a lot of talent and keep showing up at the front, that's when I said, maybe you're just better than these people. Maybe I missed that part because I kept discrediting it until I saw that. And then you add the Grand Slam moment, which I didn't need to be sold anymore. But you know how they on Shark Tank, they be selling, but it's time to make a deal. She was still selling. Like I was already in.
Yeah.
So that's why I say like I know that she'd had like kind of I guess it's like kind of she stepped away from track with like injury or something like that. Kind of she's been overcoming or what have you. But I'm saying again, I just want to see the best people run. Just being honest.
Yes.
I feel like she's on that cut now of like clearly if we want to send our best, we got to send you. So I want you
Mhm.
to go because I want our best to be represented. Remember, it's not the uniform that's going to make us fast. It's going to be the people in it. From there, I work my way down. And then Grace Stark has been pretty consistent
Mhm.
as far as like rolling out of college to get here. So it's like, to me, it's them too, if I'm picking that. Is Tia Jones out?
Man, she out, dog.
No,
Because
this
I
that
heard
was
that, yeah.
so sad.
Because
Listen,
this was going to be her moment.
listen. I actually, so I did USA Track and Field. That was one of the races that was before NBC, and it started on the actual broadcast. So I was broadcasting with USA Tia, and I'm on there, and I'm like, oh, and of course she was out because Tia be out. And so I go, okay, she running well, and I said she fell, and I was like, it's okay. And so the guy goes, oh, I hope she's okay. And I was like, no, she kind of fell around hurdle 4. Like if you're gonna fall, you want to be at like hurdle 1 or 2, 3, 4. I was like, but she'll be okay because it ain't. When I heard that she hurt herself, I was like, just scratch the hurdles this year. Can we just not send a team? She's been so ready, rolling, and it's like something else. And so I sent her a message, and it was one of those like, let me speak to you real. Like, girl, you being tested. Like, you being tested on another level where I don't know. I don't know. And it was one of them like, I done been there where you looking up and you like, for real? Me? Like, come down so we can have a conversation. And so I really talked to her, and she's like, I needed that. She was like, because life is just, she's like, I'm just tired. And I was like, you gotta be. You just overcame something that you maybe couldn't overcome, and then this. And my heart, I was devastated. I watched the race like, good job to everybody. I was so sad for her because how hard it is to get to that point, period. How many people have the talent, but something, she did it again. That was devastating. I know I just went on a tangent, but that was devastating.
Yeah.
It's it's real. It's real. It's real. Like she she was like the I don't know. Tia Jones, she came out of high school. Like she came out of high school and straight pro and is one of the best in the world. So to see this happen is really, really tough. Really, really tough. So we definitely gonna miss her. I do think that, in my opinion, Grace Stark to me is the most consistent hurdler that the United States has this year as of now. It was Masai, but then I think because of the injury, she of course took a setback. But I'm looking at Grace as like Grace has also dealt with her own injuries back when she was in college. And she's come back and she's made the Olympic team and made Olympic final and she's done all of that. So and she's now proven herself throughout the entire year against Americans, against the world. And I think that she is really on one right now where she doesn't want to just make this team. I think she wants to assert herself and really not even just win this. She wants to run fast. She saw what Masai and Tia did in Miami at Grand Slam, and she wants to say, I am in that conversation. I believe, not saying I don't know if she's gonna do it. She could. I don't know if she's gonna do it here, but like I believe she believes she can break the world record at any point. I mean, many of these women can, but I don't know. I really like Grace right now. That's who I'm like. This is her race. This is her race. Mm.
The funny thing about the lead, because I'm looking at the USA leaderboard, 3 women we sent to the games are the 3 women at the top once you remove Tia Jones' name.
Mm.
Which, so it's sort of like, okay, well, you kind of got to take it from them. Like nobody can really walk into this meet and say like, that's mine. They can say, I'm gonna take it.
Yes and no, because so here's the other part where I'm like, love you, Alicia. I do. She hasn't had a ton of races. And people don't always need a ton of races. They do not. But she went out, she ran crazy. Sometimes that can be hard when you just haven't, like, have you figured out how to go, I took a long break and then bye-bye on y'all. I took a long break and then bye-bye on y'all. That's hard to do. That is hard to coach someone to do. And that's hard just as an athlete to do. Because it's one thing to line up, but it's another thing we get to that third hurdle and you got somebody right there and you like, I ain't felt that in a while. I ain't felt that in a while. I ain't felt that in a while. Guess what? I got 2 more hurdles. I ain't felt that. You know what I mean? It's a different level besides running. And you like, don't tighten up. Don't tighten. Nah, don't. That your trail leg, you trying to rush it now because you at 9 and somebody coming off a 9 with you. You cut your trail leg short and then all of a sudden their body spin because you hit the trail leg. Or you trying to rush that lead. You cut it. It is just so many more things and factors. And that's why for me, like Alicia's ready. But for her to be the top 3, it just makes me, it brings that nervousness because we haven't seen a ton of races. And I know it's different reasons for people, but that just made me nervous.
What do you think about the experience here, where Kenny Harrison, and then you also have
I
Christina
knew you was gonna
Clements?
say that name.
Well, I mean, I'm because they've been both of them have been running pretty well. Kenny Harrison, she's had some ups and downs over the past couple of years. She did change coaches. Now
Mhm.
she's down in Arizona, and she's been running pretty well. And then even Christina Clements, who's even more experienced than Kenny Harrison, and she's also kind of coming into her own. Like I think in the race, the most recent race with Alicia Johnson, she was like right behind and she ran extremely fast. But I wonder if their experience is going to help them to get over the youth. And again, we haven't even spoken about like Aaliyah Armstrong, who you mentioned, who's like, yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know, I don't know, like,
So no, for sure. I think this experience obviously is going to play a huge role. The only thing for me about Kenny is she ran fast, but I think like after that, her times kind of went
yeah,
back.
yeah,
That was like, oh, was that just that one moment? Did they have her ready too soon? Like that made me a little nervous because it was like a one off. Because the issue is for an athlete, I got some experience, but I also have experience of I just ran fast and I can't duplicate that. Now is it up here? Because I'm over here like, come on, man. I've been going to the bag. Like I've been racing. It is. I didn't run fast and then went back to the crib and we just fine tuning stuff. I've been racing, and she's been in good races and she's been getting beat. So that to me is where it's like that experience sometimes can kind of be diminished a little bit because you haven't replicated that over and over again. Now Christina, not gonna lie, I'm liking her trajectory because she did hers recently,
yeah.
and I think she did it like twice. She did the earlier run also that they had in the day, and then she came back and doubled
Yeah.
down. And so I said, "Oh, you doubling down?" And so for me, that with that experience of like it being recent, and she's like, "Cool, it's clicking at the right time." That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see to have that confidence. So she and Christina got that start where she like, "I'm gonna get with you, or I might leave you." And for her to now know, no, I can hang with you in the latter part. Because before Christina was jumping out and she would just lose it at the end. And so that's where I am on both the experiences.
Hmm. I mean, well, I'm a throw Leah Armstrong's name back out
Here
since
we
you
go.
brought it there. And the
Go.
reason why is because, again, there's two ways to slice it. And one is we look at, the times and the clocks and so on and so forth. And the other is when I think about competition. On competition, I feel like, I mean, yeah, nobody's perfect. But competitively, like from race to the Grand Prix to, that race in Brescia that, nobody was really paying attention to,
Yeah.
like, like that's what makes me say like if I was going to look for somebody who wasn't in that top group last year,
Yes.
like competitively, I'm seeing it there. Because again, to me, when I see people, especially when I see people run fast in a meet that's like kind of like multiple people run fast and it kind of happens one off over there somewhere, I just
Mhm.
assume that if other people who are fast showed up, they'd run fast too.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily because we'll like these world leads that pop up. That's why I say everybody ran fast to Ed Murphy. Like to be real. Like I'm telling, I'm just being real. Like
For real.
we had world leads drop in all these different areas. To the point I was like, they got different clocks over there.
I said, I'm
Like
a
like I'm not like I'm not trying to be rude because
yeah.
nobody if your clock is delayed by 5/10 of a second, nobody's really gonna know. Like nobody's gonna notice at first. As long as
That's
nobody breaks a world record, no one's gonna
that's
notice.
yeah. Yeah, that's
I
you. But
mean, like at first. So like, granted, I'm just saying something random, but like fundamentally speaking, it's like competitively. She's gotten used to like, okay,
mhm.
executing, beating the field that's there. Some of these same people within these fields.
Yeah.
So as a result, it's like, okay, they know she could win. Like
Mhm.
they know she could beat them. It's
Mhm.
just that like what I think, okay, if I'm gonna call my three,
Ooh,
if I'm gonna call it,
ain't no way.
like it's hard to call. But I mean, hey,
Nope, but go ahead.
we don't know. But I'm gonna throw it on the board. What I'm gonna throw is, I think Grace Stark is the one I feel the most confident in.
Good one, good one.
Like that's what I feel most confident in based on like all the evidence. It's like
Yeah.
when this dust settles, you finna be there. That's what I would say. And then I want Masai Russell to go so bad because it's supposed to be her. That's how I feel. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna just have her go anyway. Because
He
like
heard
in
get it
my
out.
because
Heard it,
you're
but
supposed to go. Like I've seen all the evidence I need to see.
yeah.
Like, cause see, when I was coaching, I was not the coach who was going to switch up on an athlete because they had one bad race.
Yes, as you should not.
Like, but those coaches exist where they act like, okay, well, today this person, I'm like, but through the whole season, I've been way better than this person. And then I have one bad race where their good race still isn't me when I'm
Mm.
executing, and you're gonna toss me aside. So with that in mind, I'm gonna put her like I'm gonna say those two, but Grace Stark's the one I feel the most confident in. I'm not saying she's gonna win. I'm just saying, yeah, you're going.
Right.
And then if I gotta pick a third, I'm actually gonna go Leah Armstrong over Alicia Johnson right now. Alicia Johnson would be my wild card because like I'm not surprised if she go. It's just if I'm
No,
going off of that. I mean, again, races Grand Prix, that's a big deal to go down there and win that.
no, for sure.
Like, and
Yeah.
then again, she was in Brescia. I mean, but I was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm like, okay, like I'm not just throwing it at the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it might not stick, but I mean, it was a good throw.
Mm.
Listen, unless you got something to say, you ain't suckering me into saying top three for this one because I love hurdlers and I'm not turning my back on nobody. How about that?
We're not going to put you on the spot
I,
because
I I can't. Like I'm looking at this and I understand. I'm looking at my list. Sorry, I'm looking at my looking at my list. Okay. And when I just look at the year, just hear me out. It's just going to be a full on race because no one has just murdered everyone. And it's like, oh my God, here they go again. Well, just don't, you know what I mean? Give them the first place. It is good quality racing under the extreme pressures. And as you know, hurdlers don't dodge no smoke. So it is always one of the best races. It is going to be the most challenging in whatever race forever until the end of time. And that's all I got, y'all.
do not blame you. This is it's about as much of a toss up as you can get
Yeah.
in anything. It's crazy. I will say on my three, like I agree that Grace is like the most consistent. That's who I feel the most confident about. I also, for whatever reason, I don't know, but I feel something about Christina Clemens. Like she has been trending upwards. And after that race that she had, I know Ed Murphy, but like she was just like, I've been waiting to hit
Yeah.
12.3. And
Yeah.
like it was like plus 2.1. And she
Yeah.
felt confident. And I know that something is clicking for her. And she's been here what since 20 I think she was at the 2012 Olympic trials. I think she was like there. She's been here for a while, but things are like really working. So I don't know. So I like her. And then also I do, it's crazy, but I really do like Aaliyah Armstrong too. Aaliyah Armstrong, it's crazy. I don't know. Next week things might change, but like Aaliyah, people forget Aaliyah was fourth place at the World Championships in 2022. Like the World Championship. She made the team, finished fourth place there while she was still at LSU. She has experience. Now, she had some setbacks in between, but like it seems like this is her year too. Now, again, it's so tough, but I feel the most confident about Grace, but I feel like Christina and Aaliyah are like trending upwards where it's like they're just gonna hit it. But granted, I could be I don't know. I don't know. Everything could change. Everything could change. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, with that, let's do a little shift over to the women's 400 hurdles because maybe not as deep of a field, but it's very, very competitive. I mean, so we know that Cindy McLaughlin-Varoni, she's not going to be running. She's confirmed in the 400. So that kind of eases things up a little bit for the other women in this field.
Mm-hmm.
But it also makes it pretty interesting because now you have Dalilah Muhammad, who has been on fire. She's been setting masters world records, but it doesn't feel like she's a master. I feel like she just came out of college.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on. Anna Cockrell,
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine Jones, even Kayla Garrett from the NCAA. Like, this is an interesting. This is a very, very interesting field. But Dawn, I don't know what your thoughts are on like this 400 hurdles.
All I got, Muhammad. Listen. After that, drop the mic. I'm done. And the only reason I'm saying it, did she really just come back and start running like this again? And not a comeback. I'm saying from her breaking world records and like going toe to toe with Sydney. had that setback. We was like, can you come back, please? Can you come back? And then she went back, got her stuff together, and the girl is back. Like, I can't watch a race of hers and my husband's not screaming, I told you, I told. I'm like, who are you talking to? Because I was always on the team. Like, he's screaming at whoever is outside the house that question her in life. Like, that is, we're just those types of fans. And she's just running so well. But the fact that she's with Anna Cockrell and they going head to head and they going, I mean, Anna talks about when she first, came to Boogie and was training, she was like, I'm with her. Like, I'm training with her. She was saying how she learned so much and to see how she, attack training and all these things. But Anna's like, I'm Anna. I'm Anna. You're real cute, but I'm Anna. I mean, the way she ran in the Olympic final blew all of our minds because who was going to be Sydney and Femke? Oh, it's going to be those two, but Femke ran rounds before, so it's probably just going to be Sydney. And then Anna was like, y'all going to play me? And the way she held on at the end. So I think with that experience and her now being like, I'm going to show you why I got that silver. Like, I'm going to show you why I need to remain in this conversation, whether Sydney's here or not. I just have to say, for me, like, and then Jasmine Jones, like, Joanna's doing a great job. I mean, she made the switch with Joe from leaving SC to come. Hear me out, Dalila. I can't. That's it. That's it. What would you? Because she's back, and it's so crazy because she back and she about to leave. Like, girl, how dare you? Who you think you are? You back and leaving? Who does that? I love it. Go ahead.
I tried in my mind while you were saying that. I was trying to think, because I was related to other sports I know, and I couldn't come up with a viable comp and the reason why, because it was like, okay, like I think about athletes who have a resurgence,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, and I'm gonna say it this way, because Sydney's not in the field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking about USA's, but I mean, this is still a gateway to worlds. Because it's Anna Cockrell and Jasmine Jones who are right next to her, but she's above them, and because we know about what she was before what I call the Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone era. At that point, it's like, yeah, like you're not just back, like you here, and it feel like those three, like it's almost like Sydney dominates so much of the conversation
Mm-hmm.
that when she exits it for a moment, she like gives other people a chance to shine because we didn't realize they was as bright as they was. It's just that like her light is so
Yes.
it's
Yes.
there, so it's like it takes the shine away. Like I mean, I think, well, I expect us to get medals in this event this
Yeah.
year, and I said medals plural.
Absolutely.
Multiple.
We bet you got two back with, but two or three. Quit playing.
Like that's what I'm expecting. I mean, it's just so it's sort of like, I mean, and granted, I mean, Rachel Glenn is an amazing talent. I mean, amazing talent. I mean, I don't even know if she's going to run the 400 hurdles
Yeah, I
at
don't
USA.
actually don't, I'm not even sure if she's running.
Remember, she had
Yeah, I
the
don't even know if she's running.
collegiate record holder in the high jump.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't
Like,
even compete at NCAA's this year. I'm not even sure if she may compete at
yeah.
USA's.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
she's what I call, I gotta say this, she's an identity crisis athlete because you got too much talent, and as a result, it's like those athletes who basically do the hep without the hep.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because remember, like pro track don't care how versatile you are. You're supposed to be here on something.
Do you hear me?
But
Yes.
she's a college coach's dream,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, oh, okay, I can put
Mm-hmm.
you in the short hurdles and the long hurdles and the high jump, and you on a relay if I want to. And it's like, if why can't all my athletes be like you? Because truth be told, you get 4 or 5 of her, that's a national title and you're done.
Right.
Everybody else stay home. Like we don't need y'all. Like y'all bonus. So with that in mind, like yeah, and that's just where my thoughts are. But like, I mean, you're right. I totally agree that Dalilah Muhammad has so emphatically re-entered the discussion as if she never left. That
That,
is like I see it like it's one of those ESPN 30 for 30 that they never made, but they need to.
do you hear me? That would be great.
that would be so dope.
That would be because it's like we know, but we like what was the other stuff? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like there's that solid three: Delilah, Anna, Jasmine. I'm just so intrigued on like what Delilah is gonna do here. Because this is her. She knows, all right, I need to make the team, but it's
Yes.
also my last USAs. I mean, granted, who knows if you're still running 52 seconds, who knows what you might want to reconsider in the future. But I mean, she's looking so great. I'm excited to see like what all three of them really are able to do. And especially like Anna Cochran and Dilla, they train together. Like, sure, they know like they work together, they support each other. But I know Anna's like, when we get on this line, like, and
And
Delilah's
look,
thinking the same thing. Like, yeah.
you off your little farewell. Go ahead. Go on. Be like, do that song. You're like, yeah, that's real cute, but I'm about to ruin your last race. Like,
That is a thing. That is a thing. Well, so with that, we can quickly talk about the men's hurdles as well. I think we can stick on the 400 hurdles and talk about that men's side, where I think we have a core guy at the top. I feel like this is very similar to like the women's 100, where you know
yep.
we got a guy, and it's like I guess the question is, I'm gonna pose this to you again: is anyone gonna get close to Rai Benjamin?
I
Not I didn't
mean,
even say beat. Is anyone gonna get close to Rai Benjamin?
I'm gonna ask you a question back. I'm gonna let you respond, but I asked the question back. Has anybody historically shown that they can?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. Yeah. Go ahead,
And
Donna.
this, I'm not always that question to me because I'm so about people rising to the occasion. I don't even really like that question because you even said that earlier, and I was like, do he not be managing track and field? People be doing it. This the one time I'm like, right? I just, I no, he's so spectacular. And I think what I love about him being so spectacular, he works as if he's not. And
Mm.
I thoroughly enjoy that. Like he's trying to still pick apart. And we like, dude, do you know? He like, no, 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 no. You know, I love every bit of that. So that's what I got to say about that part.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost like I want to see Trevor or Chris Robin.
It,
I want to see them like get into
it,
that realm. And I actually I feel like they are capable of a lot more. I
yes.
wanted to make sure I'm like parsing my words because Rai is on another level.
Yeah. No.
Well, oof. The thing about Rod Benjamin is he, to a lesser degree than what we see with Sydney, to some degree, but I'm saying like I think what happened in the 400 hurdles because Karsten Warholm is a little different. Like he's like such an amazing 400 hurdler, but like that's his event. I feel like Rye is, what I'll call a long sprinter disguising as a 400 hurdler because just like, he realized, oh, if I do these barriers, I'm just gonna win way more stuff than if
Mm,
I stay over there. Like he could decide what go into a year and say, you know what, we're not doing the barriers this year. We're not doing the hurdles. We're gonna do
mm,
the open and make that his goal. And no, it's not a foregone conclusion, but he could do it and like the talent is there. So
yeah.
then when you come to it's in other words, it's like he's coming with more firepower than other people can handle, in between the hurdles.
Hmm.
So as a result, it's like I'm looking at the rest of the field. Like the race for second and third is going to be amazing if you're a real track fan. The problem is it's going to be real hard to pay attention to it because the camera's going to be on right.
I'm gonna even add to that, like he's not even just a long sprinter, he's a all-around sprinter. He's run 10-0 in the 100. He's run sub 20 in the 200. Like no one in this field has that ability. Again, all due respect to everybody, but he's on a different level. He can, in theory, I could imagine him in the future pulling a Fred Curley, where he just drops down to the 200, and sure, he's only at 19.9 now, but who knows, what he could do.
Only.
Yeah. So that's why, to your point, it makes it so complicated where people just can't match him with what he's doing between those hurdles. Like it's crazy.
Caleb Dean technically can. It's just that, I mean, I say technically, and then like the parts are there, but it just hasn't all come together.
Mhm.
Because remember, to me, maybe I'm totally missing it. But the open 60, when I see where you are there, and then I can see that same thing going up to a 400, it's like, okay, so we know what the horsepower is.
Mhm.
However, all the parts and all the things that have to happen to get it to go right beyond that have to actually happen. So like that's a process that can take years to get from there to there. But I mean, because like when you look at the field, like CJ Allen, he made the Olympic team last year. He could definitely make this team again. Chris Robinson, I think, has been running pretty strong through the year, and he's made that clear. Trevor Bassett has given us great flashes, so it's going to be a great race between like all of these names. It's just that I expect because the way we get to consume it,
Mhm.
the way the race kind of hits, it becomes the race for first. At which point, this time we're not necessarily expecting a true race in terms of like last 100. What does it look like? And then everything else. And so much attention goes here. Like I'm gonna be looking back, but I don't know how many other people will.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
yeah, but all of those guys, it could be because I know Caleb Dean feels like that Olympic team was supposed to be him.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it's part of the sport. So now he has to come back this year and kind of reset. And because yeah, that just kind of and it's four names fighting for those other two spots to me.
Mm,
Because remember, Taylor McLaughlin was in the, what is it, the USA final, what was that, 2 years ago? 2023,
Mhm.
right?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
he
yeah,
got like
that's
fifth or
true.
sixth.
That's true.
Like just to say how, like, a credit to
Mhm.
him, but also Sydney's brother, if y'all didn't know. Um, like that's how like the field
I'm,
opens up.
I'm be kicking when you say that. That man, he did some stuff too.
Oh
He
no,
a
no, he's amazing. It's just that his sister is who she
I
is. So
see.
it kind of just shifts the narrative. What I mean, where that's why I say like because he essentially, made a comeback
Yeah.
and got that far. And that's why I say like the 400 hurdles, it's like it opens up where he can be really, really, really good. And then there's just like this line. And
Yeah.
then there's those people above the line and below the line. And he was like, I think at the top of those who are right below that line. So, I mean, and Rai created a new line because he's up there with it's him, Warholm, and Dos Santos. Am I missing something? Like they
Yeah.
created their own group
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Literally.
we're waiting for other people to join said group.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know if they again the pace is going to be the pace. Can you go with it? And I don't know if they can go with it. And by I don't know, I mean again I don't have any past evidence to go off of that
Yeah.
they can go with that pace. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
not I mean yeah, it's going to be a toss up once you get past that. But it's also going to be an exciting one because all of them believe they could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll do. They'll do. No, last one on the hurdles though, that men's 110 hurdles. Now, this is another one that's to me kind of feeling women's 100 hurdle-esque
Mhm.
because like so we know Grant Holloway, he has the wild card. He'll probably do like he always does every year, every championship USA's come run around, maybe run to the semis, even though he's been dealing with some things. So however he shows up, but luckily he has a wild card, so he doesn't have to actually qualify here. But then the field is, I'm gonna be honest, it's open, very open. I mean, Dawn, what do you think? What do you think?
It's open, but it's that nice open. Like it's not like they kind like it's open because they're running fast. Like
Yeah.
people are sometimes we like, oh, it's open because like the next one's gonna be back here. And it's like, nah, they on people's coattails. Like, so I call him pressure. This person, literally, his name is pressure to me. Cunningham. Trey, that boy pressure. Pressure. Like he just, I send him messages. I'm like, okay, pressure. Like that's what he applies it, and it's like, can you handle it? He's pressure. When he showed his foot speed at Grand Slam, he was talking about, oh, it's gonna be so fun, because we finally get to show what we can do without the hurdles. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. I said, did he choose the wrong event? Like it was real speed, not like because for the hurdles, when we do stuff, because that's good foot speed for a hurdler. That's how you explain it, which is a real thing. Like, you don't expect us to go and run a 10-7. I'm not running 10-7. It ain't happening. But if I go and run level one, it's like, whoa, that's crazy. You can run level two, and it's like, whoa, did you choose the wrong event? for the men, that boy went out there and I said, "Oh, you one of them. You one of them where you was like, I just want to have fun over here with the hurdles because he could have went the other way."
Yeah.
He's Cordell Tinch. I'm loving that Mr. Cell Phone Man. You know how he worked with cell phones. He was selling cell phones. I'm so happy he's selling cell phones no more because I just love seeing him every time he line up. That man, he saw. Did y'all see what race was it? Where he was warming up on out on the track. This is right before the race started. You know how they'll do a blowout and they go over one or two hurdles, and he goes over one and he decides at the last minute he doesn't want to go over two, and he pops up over the top like a long that's 42 inches. I will find the video and send it to you. He literally did it like it was a little wicked. I mean, it was so beautiful, and it was like the power that he possesses. Then you got Daniel Roberts. That man gonna make me have gray hair. I'm gonna have gray hair. I'm contributing about 5 of these to him. So talented, but he's the type where it's like Daniel could go out here and break the world record. I don't know today. Daniel gonna do what Daniel gonna do in this race. Then you got Freddie Crittenden. Crittenden say, "I'm gonna enjoy my way straight to the top of this podium." That boy having so much fun with this thing called hurdling. And I think that has served him so well. So many people deal with pressure and all this. He's like, I'm enjoying life. I'm married to the love of my life. I got my first baby. He's just enjoying life. And that is helping him not have so much pressure. And he's just been executing so well. Sorry. And then Jamal Britt. I want you to break down who Jamal Britt was. Because you were saying people don't really understand who he is. He's been someone that's just been around, like nice, nasty around. And then he'll win a race. And you'll be like, oh, he's talented. It's like,
Yeah.
he's actually.
I mean, I'll say this much because see, with Jamal Britt, what happened was he was at USA's multiple years, and he beat that guy in the final who's like just missed the team. But again, when Grant Holloway's blowing him out, we're not noticing this. So that's why when he pulls up to the slam and does what he does, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna call it the way I see it. What happened was I wasn't paying attention. Like I was so busy focused on what was happening over here that the names that were over there, I was just not noticing until I went back and looked like, wait, you was here the whole time. I just wasn't looking. So when he went to slam, I was like, oh man, okay, my bad, my fault. Because I treated him like a random, and he was not. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that that was my whole Jamal Britt take. Because when I look at this field, though, again, this is how I'm seeing it.
Let me see.
You brought up Trey Cunningham, and you brought up Cordell Tinch. Although Grant's not running, they are different versions of him, and I'll explain what I mean. Cordell Tinch was basically Grant Holloway. More or less. When you go back to high school, they're the same thing. The best track and field athlete in the nation is him. Now, he ended up at Kansas. Some things didn't go ideal. And then, he ended up out of college and ended up at Pittsburgh State. The 1 year he's at Pittsburgh State, wins the high jump, the long jump, and the 110 hurdles, in D2. But keep in mind, the performances he's putting down, you could move those to the NCAA D1, he would have been fine. Like he would have put, they would have basically been like what? Fifth in the nation just off of him.
Yeah.
So like between those three events. So you get that. And then Trey was the best hurdler in the nation when he's coming out. And now we know why. Because he was better than y'all. Like not better than just the hurdles. He was faster than you and he was hurdling. So then when you get to see, I'm gonna bring Dylan Beard in here.
Dude, I'm sorry, Walmart. Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You see how I know Dylan in the baby blue. My bad. I'm just saying. Look, you know what I mean? It's never a question where he is. He got the baby blue. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, because he. I appreciate it. He's in that group where he wasn't. It's safe to say he was not supposed to be here. Like his trajectory is not them, and that's why Jamal Britt. He's in that gap where he's like almost as fast as Trey, and I think that's what we saw. And obviously, technically, he can put it together. But at the same time, I mean, hey, now it's all going to come down to this final.
Yeah.
Where you got to be there and then you got to put it together. And then, because when I see Daniel Roberts and I see Freddie Crittenden, I see hurdlers. That's what I see. They're just amazing hurdlers. But if we take these barriers away, I mean, Grand Slam made it pretty clear. That's not exactly their race.
Hmm.
So as a result, it's like they're just so technically clean, sometimes under pressure in those moments. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm kind of like, it's a toss up now because it's like it's a wide open thing. But I think Cordell Tinch and Trey Cunningham on talent, because they're at the top of the leaderboard for a reason. But that's because on talent, like if we went back 7 years ago,
Yeah.
that's who you would have took. And here
Hmm.
we are in the future, and it's still looking like
Right.
y'all are up there. So they know, both of them know they're supposed to go, but anything can happen. But I ain't not taking Trey,
Yeah. Oh
and
Mm.
yeah.
I ain't not taking Cordell.
You have to understand is with Trey clean. Look, when you look down the lane, Trey, if he touches one, it's like, whoa, Trey, what happened? And he's like, oh, I got sloppy. Like everyone else is and it's like, okay, cool, it came out well. Trey, listen, man, Trey so chef's kiss, that boy smooth. It's a beautiful thing to see because sometimes we do just see them get so like reckless and barbaric, and they're just like, just get there. And he is so aggressive because it almost looks like, is he being aggressive? He is. He's just that clean. Pressure.
He is on point. He is so on point. And I think yeah, hit everybody. The only other person I'm thinking of is Jacoby Tharp coming off of NCAA's. Like
Doing
he's
better.
he is not only coming off NCAA's, but he also went over to Europe, did a couple races. He's done pretty well, got that experience. So now he's bringing it back here. And when we're talking about an event where Grant Holloway already has a bye. Sure, Trey and Cordell probably are like the two guys right now on paper, but like honestly, anything can happen. Jacoby could find his way to slip in here. And let's not forget, 2019, Grant Holloway, Daniel Roberts, they were the NCAA kids coming out of
Mm-hmm.
college, and both of them made the team to Worlds. Jacoby Tharp, he's probably the top NCAA guy right now
Yeah,
going into USA's,
he
and
is.
he could really kind of quote unquote spoil the party. And similar, Cordell Tinch, he did the same coming out of D2. So in my mind, I'm like, Jacoby Tharp should make this team, but I'm not gonna pick him to make the team yet. But like he's someone who I'm looking forward to. He's someone I have my eye on.
Yeah.
My thought about him is when you said it, I was like, I still feel like he had no chill button because he had no reason to.
Yeah.
Like that's how it feels. Where he's like, why would I chill? Like I'm gonna put my foot on the gas. We gonna do this, and like until he had the reason, just switch
Mm-hmm.
up the approach. Like between, because that's why it's like, again, that's my thing as far as like how these rounds gonna go for him specifically because he's supposed to be in the final. But then I think the how he gets there will dictate what the final looks like. Because remember, most of his races this year, he could out talent the field,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and that's not now. So like that's a real mental shift
Mm-hmm.
when you can out talent them, and then okay, I might have to execute on this one heat over here,
Yeah.
and versus. But yeah, I mean,
But
I
see,
want Dylan Beard on this team.
yeah, no, I know.
I want to see him on it.
He the heartfelt, like, if things are really right in the world, Dylan Beer will be on this thing. I'm with you. I'm with you. What you just said about, being able to out talent the field, that makes me think about how so many times high schoolers and collegiate kids in particular, they look at a time that they ran and they're like, oh, I'd have got third there. Oh, I'd have got seventh there. But I've had a conversation with Michael Cherry. He went to L,
Mm.
right? This is when he first got out of school. First, I'm talking about he fresh. We literally like on the plane. It's like his third third trip. And he's like, this ain't what I thought. And I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, man, in college, he said they would literally be at races. They'll get done and see it. Like they would look at a Diamond League race and be like, man, I'd be all them. So I'd have made $10,000. He said they was just like, this gonna be easy. And he was like, don't nobody prepare you for this. He was like, that time ain't the same as when you get on the plane and you don't have your nutritionist and your. I was like, yeah. So I love. Sometimes people are, oh, they'd have got it, would they? When they line up with someone that actually at this time is better than them, can you? Now, I will say that Thorpe, he's done it consistently, and I've seen that he does have that little bit of reckless abandonment where I'm like, he might fit in quite nicely because as a hurdler, you kind of off your rocker anyway. But he seems like he's someone that accepts the challenge and wants to see how good he could really be. And I just think sometimes people try and pick a time and plug it in, and it's like it's not the same, when you actually line up with the people that you've been watching on TV and hoping to race against them one day. So.
Yeah. Hey, I think that is like, I don't know, all this is like the perfect encapsulation. This men's 110 hurdles, extremely competitive, very unpredictable to a degree, but we'll see. We gonna see. So it's the hurdles. That's the hurdles, yeah.
Yes.
My name is Anderson from The Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from The Finish Line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to The Final Leg.